Y'all asked for it. We're serving it up. It's 10 minutes with KidBomba. Freestyle interviews from the front lines. First up, before we start the timer, how you doing?
I'm good. Just got off of scrims. Um, Waiting for the knockout stage, waiting to see who we play, and also excited for the knockout stage, you know?
They got another draw
Yes.
waiting for the 3 slots left.
Yes.
So, Team Spirit, number 4 and 5 technically, to qualify for the knockout stage. No, 3, 4, and 5. You guys
Yeah.
qualified the same day.
Doesn't
So,
matter.
it's
There's no difference.
in is in.
Yes.
In is in. 2 lives, best of fives. Let's start 10 minutes with now. All right. It's been a year since your breakout performance in M5. People fell in love with you when you debuted in Manila with Deuce Volt. What's changed since then, man?
I think I've become more mature. I've started calling way more in the team. I've also started taking more of a leadership role. Lately, I've been into a lot of drafting as well. I'm like the main guy that's drafting. So a lot of change, a lot of things changed since M5. You know.
You mentioned taking more of a leadership role, and when you look at Team Spirit, it's mainly the 2 veterans, Sawo, Sunset Lover, you, and then the young gold laner and the jungler. How does that dynamic work? You take control of the drafting. How about out of game? What's the dynamic like?
Inside of the game, another shot calling is coming from me, but I have Savo as like a support, so he's like always supporting, you know, when I can get something out, or I just am on the other side of the map because I play XP.
Yeah.
Then he's taking over, and we have like this kind of switch thing that works really well inside of our team. Other than that, it's like in every other team, you know, where the players will just always shot call the moments that they do, because it cannot just be that 2 people are talking and the other 3 aren't talking. They also have to communicate with the team, and they communicate what they have to communicate, but the dynamic is more like a switch between me and Savo a lot of the times, and then a mix of everything.
Just so we know a little bit more about Team Spirit, even when we're out of the World Championship season, do you guys have a boot camp?
Yeah, we do, but not for the regular season. When we play regular season, I just like to rush on myself, and then everybody stays at home, and we train 2 scrims a day. The quality isn't as high as in Southeast Asia, of course. Scrims here are way harder. That's why we boot camp before we came to M6 as well.
Ah,
But we did a single boot camp for 2 weeks before the playoffs in MCC,
and where was that boot camp at?
in Moscow, Russia.
Okay, and you flew out in the 2 weeks that you guys stayed together. Is that the longest you've been with your team pre-tournament? Because living in a boot camp is like part of the player lifestyle, right? So what's that like for you?
Well, the longest time I've been with them, I mean, the longest time I've been, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, you know? Every boot camp is like 3 weeks, so we're
At a
like 2, 3
time,
weeks
yeah.
together, yeah. And we change the roster a lot of times, but I guess the longest time I've been with Savo and Sunset was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But we talk with each other every day on Discord, because we have to, we gotta train.
Of course.
So it's not as crazy as people might think it is, You still spend way too much time with these people.
So that's what makes a team work because I
Yeah.
think, especially for more established scenes, right? The Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, some parts of Singapore, right? Like a small chunk of those teams, they live with each other literally. So I've been to one of their boot camps. I was a coach once, and literally it's just dudes, just almost in each other's skins. So I think it's that same thing for you guys, even online, when you
Yeah.
guys don't boot camp as much. Now that you're here, how do you guys prepare for that? You said 2 weeks out of the tournament
Right,
dates. Where was that at?
We were in Manila in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, people spotted y'all.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, I did. Our coach sent it to us. I even got asked to take a picture with a few people.
How was Manila like that time around?
It was nice, We didn't really go outside much, still had to train a lot, but it was like I remembered in M5. And I had a good experience in M5, so it was nice.
So the training in the Philippines, of course, mix of scrims, mix of ranked games.
Yes.
Did you get culture shock the first time you went? Like, was the RG in the Philippines truly that different?
Not really. I don't know why a lot of people say that. If you play as a 5Q and as a good team, then you're not going to have any trouble with us, the better teams. It might be that you open very good heroes and then they pick like 3 fucking broken heroes, you know. That's what happened this time and last time, you know, we were like, you know, just picking, training, and then they fucking pick the best heroes that you can play, and then they just beat us because of fucking meta.
So literally the same.
Yeah,
So in
but
the
not, it's way better than in other regions, you know. The best rank for me is in Philippines.
love it. So that's why the 2 weeks prior to M6, training in the Philippines,
Right, because we can play RG as well, not only scrims.
you would suggest that.
Yeah.
So let's say after M6, you win, you get the top 4 again. M7, would you do the same thing?
Yeah, for sure. MSC as well. I would always bootcamp in the I mean, no, you know, we might try Malaysia because I really like Malaysia as well, you know. I really like Malaysia. Like everything is the city here, you know, looks so good. I've been at the mall. The mall looks it's crazy, you know. It's way different from other Southeast Asian countries I've been to.
Talking about Malaysia, how was the crowd like? Because in your matchup against TLID, of course, when you won that best of one, you were so happy. Of course, you were pulling out KidBomba moves as you would. How was the crowd's hype like? Did you like the way they reacted? Was it different from when you were in the Philippines?
I think in the Philippines it was even more crazier, but only when we actually got to the bigger stage, you know, because it was 2 different stages at M5 as well.
Right.
So I guess I can only really answer that when we're at the, you know, at the real thing at Axiata.
That's right. Axiata is going to be the last 2 days, and that means you would have gone super far. You've gone super deep. Let's talk about the competition. First off, let's talk about Swiss. Do you like Swiss?
Yeah, I really like it. For me, it's a format where there's no excuses, you know. The best are going to win, and if you perform 3 times in a row, if you don't perform 3 times in a row well enough to be able to get out of Swiss, then that just means you failed, you know, because third time's the charm.
So Swiss is a success.
Yeah.
Would
love it.
you suggest it for future international events?
Yeah, 100%. Really good. It's a really good format. I like the group thing as well because it makes it interesting. You know, easy groups, death groups. It's also fun. But for me,
Brackets.
right?
Yeah.
Swiss is just, you know, if you want to find the best 8 teams, then gotta go for Swiss.
I'm with you. First time we're ever doing it, and I think it's the best in half a decade that MLBB Sports has been around. Let's talk about the surprises and the upsets. What is the biggest surprise for you out of Swiss? What shocked you? Like, oh,
Uh, I guess Aurora losing today was kind of a surprise. Didn't think that a Filipino team would lose that fast. We only had a single scrim against them, and we couldn't really tell how good they are. So I was thinking that they would come into M6 with a nice mentality, but I guess their mentality was that we're the best, we're not gonna scrim anybody, and then the meta just like grabbed them away from the. It was like a reality check, you know.
it changed too fast.
Yeah.
Power teams in the knockouts so far, besides your team, of course. Assuming who might fill in the final 3 slots, who should people watch out for? Who are you watching out for?
Of course, we're looking to play versus Onyx. You know, I think it's gonna be really fun when we finally play versus them. We have prepared versus them, so we scrim them, and we know how they play. We've seen their tournament games, and it's just the team that you want to beat. You know, it's the team to beat at M6. Then a rematch versus RQ is what I'm looking for as well. We almost got ahead of them in the best of 1. It was kind of unlucky, so I want to fight them in a best of 3 or in a best of 5. It would be fun to fight TLID again. So basically, I'm just looking to fight the big SEA regions. You know, everybody's looking out for them. I guess the big 3 are RQ, TLID, Onyx. I'd really want to match with them again. In my opinion, they're the best of the rest.
We're missing a very important team here, the MSC champions, SRG. Where do they fall?
I think SRG is slightly worse than Indonesia in this tournament because of the performance that they've been delivering. But, you know, not underestimating them at all. They're still a very good team. They won. So maybe they're going to playoffs mode and they will show something different. So you're not allowed to let your guard down with any team, really.
Let's talk about players. Any players that surprised you, or players that you thought would perform, they didn't. Players that you suddenly got impressed by, you weren't expecting.
I was surprised about my own teammate, Hiko. I didn't think he would play that well.
Hikomania.
Yeah, I didn't think he would play that well. He really performed well in the Swiss stage. Gotta keep it up in the playoffs so that we secure the top 1 that I've been looking for. Really want to get it as a team as well. There's high chance to win this tournament. Everybody feels it in our team. And I guess from another team, I can say who in my opinion has been underperforming. I think Sekais has been underperforming in my opinion.
After the MSC MVP performance?
Yeah, I think he can play better. It's just maybe he's nervous, you know. He's young, performing world stage, Malaysia, and I don't know. Maybe Mobazain with Fredrin, but he lost to Falcon, so I guess not him.
They're on the brink. I think that's one last hot topic to talk about. BTK is, if I'm not mistaken, one of the last non-C teams that are putting up a fight alongside Team Spirit. You guys are safe. What's your thoughts on their performance, besides Mobazain?
I think the performance has been great, but already done.
That's it. He says their performance has been great, but we'll see what else happens with BTK. Once again, that's KidBomba. Where can people find you on social media, man?
KidBomba underscore T. Let me check. Might be Team Spirit underscore KidBomba. No, KidBomba underscore TS. That's my IG. I don't use anything else, to be honest. So you can just follow that.
Anything else? Not KidBomba. This has been 10 minutes with KidBomba. Freestyle interviews from the front lines. Catch you in the next one. Peace.